Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today. Today, I'm going to be talking. I know I'm a day late, so I know a lot of you watching this on video, but if you seeing it live, this was a topic from yesterday, but I was a day behind. Busy couple days, which is good. Busy is good. I always say that. Love when it's busy. So today, we're talking about progress is just doing the right things. This topic comes up a lot with my coaching with agents on a daily basis, especially new agents, is that because the results don't happen so quickly. It takes time to reach a goal. So I'm going to give you some things to think about progress, because sometimes people think daily progress like you have to change things every day. You don't have to change things every day to have progress, change your systems, change your things. So many times when we do things, the same thing over and over and over again, and 100% you're doing the right things, they will equal results in time. So progress to me is doing the right things every day that will result in the change to get you to your long-term goal. So doing the right things every day that will, over time, will get you to where you want to be, and making sure you stick with it. So, because again, every goal takes time. So I always compare, if you want better health, there's certain things that you got to do. You got to do these things and consistently do them. So I'm going to give you some things to think about too, what it takes to do those right things. So what does it take? Number one, takes a lot of patience. You have to have patience. And I think in today's day and age, more than ever, we as a society are so impatient. We want things now. We don't want to wait for it. We want instant food. We want instant results. We want instant feedback. Excuse me. Grab some water here. Excuse me. 1 second. Instant everything. Everything is instant. No one wants to really put in the time for anything. So you have, in this business, and especially in real estate, you have to have patience. You're not selling things. I say this so many times every day. You're not selling something that you can convince someone to buy today. You got to communicate with people and convince them to use you to buy or sell when they're ready to buy or sell. Unless you're working with investors, totally different. But most of agents' business, most of them are going to be dealing with the regular people, especially in Ohio. We're not in a market like Florida or Arizona, or where we're looking at vacation rentals and second homes. Any realtors watching in those markets could be totally different, and convincing people to buy or sell at different times, because it's more of an investment than a place for your home and your family. But to the people with homes and families, which I think, my opinion, don't yell at me for saying this, I love that market better. That market will always be there and be more consistent. So not to go off on a tangent. So one, be patient. Number two, you have to recognize the 3 top things that you need to do every day to reach your goal. What are those top 3 activities? Or in theory, or also you could do, what shouldn't you do, which is something, not doing something is doing something to me. Example, top 3 things. You want to be healthier. You have to eat healthier. You got to exercise. And my 3rd thing is don't eat unhealthy things or get up earlier. So I have, a lot of people out there, I eat healthy all the time, but then that's the healthy food, but then there's unhealthy food that goes along with it, snacks, whatever. Like, wow, I eat healthy all the time. Well, yeah, you do, but you add on other things. But so bring that back into real estate, same comparison. You've got to make the prospecting calls. You've got to do it. You got to be two, you got to be organized to what you of who you got to call in a timely fashion. 3, you got to keep up with the notes and organize when you're going to follow up with people, and you got to add to your database. So that's 4 and 5. But you have to make sure at the end of the day you're doing at least the top 3 things that need to do to get to your goals. And then you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be completely honest. Am I doing these things? Am I really doing the top 3 things that I should be doing every day for at least a specific period of time? Again, I made 1 phone call today. Well, it's not going to be that much big of results if you make 1 phone call a day. Same with that. I walked today. Where did you walk? To the end of the driveway. Well, that's not going to get you that much healthier walking to the end of the driveway. And that's it. That's your exercise for the day. Again, I like to use these comparisons to that because some agents I talk to and coach don't, I catch them, and usually they fall off the planet with my coaching when they are honest with themselves, honest with me, when they're not doing those top 3 things. And last 2 things I will say about the coaching is find someone that's going to help you be accountable. I use the word help because they don't have to be the ones that yell at you or remind you, just someone that'll help you be accountable. Could be another example, someone else in the business, another agent. So you're doing the activities alongside, like accountability buddy. They're doing the same thing. They're doing, kind of like, back to my example, you go to the gym to work out, you have a workout buddy. They're doing the right thing, not with you, not someone that's sitting there like a trainer that's standing there saying, do it, do it, do it. So there's different ways to look at help you be accountable. You want someone with you, and there's many agents out there. A lot of successful agents get together with other agents. We have teams of agents that get together and they go, tonight, these time, once a week, twice a week, every other day, we're going to spend an hour together and make calls, or at least do them at the same time so you could check in with each other. So you don't have to get together. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. Find an agent that wants to do the same thing that you want to do, and then say, hey, let's put it in our schedule. And then we could just say, hey, how did you do over the last hour? Did you make the calls? Did you contact people? Any good results? And then, of course, you could go with myself as a coach. I have so many agents that I coach on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, once a month, and I can't even count. I can't count. In the last 20 years that I've been over 20 years of being a broker, 25 years, in helping agents, that I started with agents and started good, and then they fell off the planet and they stopped coaching, even though it's free, because they didn't want to be accountable anymore. They just didn't want to tell me. That's why I joke with agents, said, hey, let's get on a weekly call, bi-weekly call, once a month, something consistently. And then I joke with them and said, I have over 500 agents. They all don't take me up on this. Why? Because they don't. Number 1 reason, I think, they don't want to be accountable. Or 2, they just want to do things at their own pace. Not to say it's bad. Let me make completely clear. I have many, many, many successful agents that don't do coaching at all. They do it on their own. But if you're not doing it on your own, you got to do something. Either find somebody that's going to help you, a colleague or someone or in sales, someone that'll do the same things you're doing, kind of like a workout buddy, or a coach or someone in your family, friends that knows the business. And the number 1 thing is, little personal advice, it can't be your spouse or significant other. Don't do that. Don't use your spouse in that capacity. My opinion, experience, not always a great thing. No one, but I don't want to be Dr. Phil here. So, but that's it for today. Just think of that. Progress is just doing the right things every day. Not progress doesn't mean I have my result. I got a new listing. I got a new buyer. I had a sale today. That's the result. That's the goal. So again, progress is doing the right thing every day. So hopefully that gave you some things to think about. Remember, call, text, email me anytime. Any agent out there, especially our Century 21 Homestar agents, I'm happy to put you in my schedule. And our Century 21 Homestar agents, if you want to get on a call with me, 5, 10, 15 minutes, once a week, once every other week. Can be, doesn't have to be once a week, because sometimes weeks get busy. I'm happy once a month, just a checkup, just, hey, how's it going? What's going on? What's working? Quick calls. This is not an hour-long conversation. It's just a checkup to see how you're doing. I love doing those every day. So that's it. Have a wonderful Thursday. And I'm going to do another video in a little bit today. I promise. All right. Bye-bye.